I'm about to show you an illusion with this hammer and this solid 8cm steel nail. As you can hear and see, that nail really is genuine, it doesn't bend, it doesn't collapse. And although the nail is real, what you're about to see isn't real. Because although it looks like I am hammering and pushing this nail all the way into my nose and deep inside my face, it's just an illusion. It's just a magic trick. Even though it looks like that nail really is in there, it looks especially convincing, there's no need to panic because this is all just fake. I'm a magician. But watch, it looks really, really cool when I pull it all the way out. Once again, I can show you the nail doesn't bend, it doesn't collapse. And welcome to today's video, where we're gonna talk about method. We've all heard the expression, a magician never reveals their secrets. But do they? Because I'm a magician and I've taught hundreds of secrets in magic products and books and memberships, and even right here on YouTube I've done more than 100 tutorials. But I'm not revealing any secrets. I sometimes get comments saying, oh, how can you reveal magic? How can you reveal these secrets? What kind of magician are you? And I'm not revealing secrets, I'm teaching secrets to other magicians. I'm sharing secrets so that they can perform the tricks, and in my opinion, that advances the art form, it makes magic stronger, and ultimately it means that we get more magicians. But that's not to say that revealing a secret is bad. In fact, that can be very entertaining in and of itself. Take Penn and Teller's Cups and Balls, for instance, which is a prime example of revealing a trick rather than teaching it. No one will watch that once and then be able to perfectly replicate the routine, but you will have a grasp of the method. Does that ruin the trick? Absolutely not. But today I actually want to talk about the false method, which is where a magician apparently reveals the secret to their trick, but the trick works in an entirely different way, thus a false method is being presented. And the reason I performed the hammer and nail trick in the intro is because that used a false method in the presentation. Throughout it, I'm talking about how it's just a magic trick, it's just an illusion, the nail isn't really going inside my face, and anyone that knows about the human blockhead, which is what this trick is called, will know that it's not an illusion. The nail really does go inside my nose. Which begs the question, why would I lie about that? Why would I give a false method and say that it's just an illusion when it's actually not? It's actually a real stunt. Why would I present a stunt as a trick? It seems a little bit backwards. Well, there isn't really an answer to that. Like with every single magic trick ever performed, the presentation is an entirely personal choice from the magician. Would it really be that different if I hammered the nail into my face and said that I was doing exactly that? Well, no, because a lot of people will still watch that trick and not believe it. As magicians, everything we say has to be taken with a pinch of salt by the audience. No audience watches a magic show and thinks that the magician is telling the truth at every single stage, but they won't always know which are lies and which are truths, and so it's up to them to decide. If I came on stage or on camera and hammered a nail into my nose, it doesn't look like that's something I should be able to do, and so if I say I'm actually doing it, some audience members will be like, well, obviously you're not doing that, you're a magician. Whereas if I hammer a nail into my nose and say it's an illusion, that's actually more believable to an audience. But then the question becomes, how can it be an illusion? How can this be fake? It looks so real. The nail is real, the hammer is real, it looks like it's going into his face. What's the trick? In a strange sort of way, it changes the audience's reaction from a very passive, that's impossible, to a much more active, how is that possible? Now, of course, the false method principle can have so many uses outside of this one example. There are hundreds, if not thousands of ways of using this technique. But one of my favourites was Assy Wynn's performance on Penn and Teller Fool Us. The trick is he has a card named and there's one card the wrong way round in the deck, and that is the named card, right? A classic trick. And Assy goes on to explain how this trick is done by removing the tablecloth and showing that his table has this brilliant mechanism with loads of decks of cards inside, and he just simply picks out the one with the correct card reversed. However, the twist comes when he reveals that this isn't actually the method at all. It's a brilliant false method, right? He gifts the audience this explanation, this brilliant, genius, entertaining solution to the trick, and then dismantles that completely, once again leaving them in the dark, but this time having removed an assumption that they might have had, that the table was very thick, that the deck came out of this box, maybe there was something going on there, but the rug has been pulled from your feet, and actually the trick is just so simple and so brilliant and so fooling. What? Sorry to interrupt, but isn't this you in a video not long ago talking about false methods on Penn and Teller foolers and how much you hate them, right? I mean, bit hypocritical, Cavan. Yeah, you're right, Mike. That is me talking about false methods. You see, this is a complicated issue, and although I did make that video talking about Penn and Teller foolers and the use of false methods and what I call red herrings in the show, I criticised them there, and I'm praising them here. So what's going on? Do I hate them? Do I love them? What is happening? And I do think that there are different types of false methods, and specifically within Penn and Teller foolers, which is a whole different way of performing magic. In Assy Win's performance, he apparently explains the trick, then dismantles it to make the trick even more impressive, right? He takes away a potential solution, adds a whole new level of entertainment value and mystery, and overall it makes the trick a better thing. Whereas in that video where I talk about Jay Sankey, who also used a false method, he pretended like he was using elastic thread, he pretended he was doing a switch, and none of those things were relevant or necessary because the trick used a different method. Those are only red herrings that other magicians would spot. And in a show that is about magicians trying to guess method, for me that's just not cricket. So although there isn't a rule against it, and I don't think there should be a rule against it, it doesn't seem like fair play because of those reasons. The audience don't come out of the trick more entertained because of them. If anything, it hurts the performance. It makes it less entertaining because some audience members might spot those things and think they know how the trick is done. Therefore, the trick is less impressive. If the false methods were there to add more entertainment value, think Sean Farquhar's glasses and book routine, or Mathieu Biche and the extra deck in the box. Those are kickers. Those are things that add entertainment value, but they don't necessarily lead magicians down the wrong path. And for the rest of the audience, they come away just as amazed, if not even more amazed, because of those things. There is a subtle discrepancy, and you are entirely entitled to disagree. This is just the opinion of one person, but I think it's interesting dissecting these things and talking about the rights and wrongs of performing. But like I said at the start, there isn't a right or wrong answer. Presentation, at the end of the day, is entirely a personal choice for the performer, and discussing these choices makes magic wiser. So, there we have it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed this one as much as I did. Make sure to hit the thumbs up button down below if you did, and leave your thoughts down in the comments. Of course, I'll be sure to reply to as many as I possibly can. And while you're down there, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any future videos from myself, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.